I made a player cry last night, so I started playing with this table a couple months back. They are all new but now are starting to get the hang of it. The player in question, PC name, Drunger, has a simple backstory. He was a farmer in his village, got attacked by frost giants. In the chaos his wife and kid got separated. He was saved by neighboring clerics, devoted his life to Thor when he went back to the village for several weeks, but his family never showed up. Eventually he tries to leave the temple because although he was told that no one in the village survived besides those already accounted for, he felt with the power he now has he might stand a better chance to find them. Well, several months of being with this party they found themselves an escort mission to the city they started in. On their way back they have to follow some tunnels. The goods they are escorting aren't exactly legal and they want to avoid unwanted attention. As they move along they see the tunnel they need to take is caved in. They need to go around. It's an extra day travel, so not a big deal, but Drunger notices something in the rubble. He approaches to see what's going on and notices it's a dwarven woman, pale white. It's not uncommon to see a duergar here. He call out to her, she doesn't respond. He tried a few more times with no success before he picks up a pebble and tosses it, hitting her head. Still no response, so he gets up to her and leans in to see her face. It's his wife, her face covered in mushrooms. He pulls her away before she starts fighting harder to go back to digging. Something clicks for Drunger and he starts digging erratically. As the rest of the party starts to understand what's going on, they pull his wife away, and as his hands start moving rubble, the mountain of debris is so high it feels like every handful of dirt removed is replaced instantly by what's above it. Eventually he stops when his friends say they can't keep holding his wife. The druid inspects the fungus and tells Drunger, I'm sorry. I am so terribly sorry. It's the fungus, Drunger. She isn't moving and probably hasn't for a while. It's looking for somewhere safe and warm to grow. Drunger looks at the druid. She's dead, isn't she? The druid looks and says, probably for a while now. Drunger goes to his pack and removes a piton and a hammer and goes back to the druid and says, hold her tight please. He lines everything up, and before he hammers down on the piton placed on her spine, the druid lets out a, just keep looking at me, it's okay. Drunger strikes down and pulls the spike back out. He drops the tools to the ground as the body goes limp. The druid says, I'll take it from here, go back to the wagon. The druid removes the fungus and places it elsewhere, prepares the body. Using druid craft to make blush, he paints her face and cleans her up to reflect what she looks like when she was alive. A funeral is held. No words are said, just hugs and nods. They move forward in silence for the next few days. No one acknowledges that Drunger has talked to someone before bed. They ignore the red eyes he wakes up with. No one asks much of him for the next few days. The mission I finished. The rest of the days go on with a problem. Just left with thoughts and memories. Out of game, this was the first serious moment we have had in the campaign. The player who plays Drunger had a few tears as he just looked at me and said, thank you for making it a memorable session. I think I needed that. Edit. Guys, this is a lot for me. This is the second story I've posted to blow up like this. Writing these stories mean a lot to me, to share them with the players and then in turn share their additions with you all. Thank you for the awards. Thank you for the kind words. I've said this before, you can come and read the other stories as well. I kinda want to find a format to collect them so it's easier to see, but until then, thank you all. You guys are amazing.